Hi guys, welcome back. It's week 2 of Love Lessons with Karlene. And if you missed last week, we talked about love versus loneliness. And honestly, the response to that one really stuck with me. Thank you for being so open with me in the comments. I really appreciate it. So a little while back, I made a video called The Top 5 Signs Your Relationship is in Trouble. Basically, the red flags to watch out for. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it above in the description. That video was more of a checklist. Here's what to look for. Here's what it might mean. But today, I want to go somewhere a little different. This isn't about giving you a list of red flags to watch for in someone else. This is about the conversation underneath that list. Why we smart and self-aware women still ignore the signs even when we already know them. So think of this as the deeper conversation behind that video. Less checklists, more honesty. Here's something I find so interesting. It's usually not that we don't see the red flag. It's that we talk ourselves out of believing it matters. We're smart, we notice things. But wanting something to work can be so strong that it quietly overrides what we already know. Have you ever caught yourself explaining away something that bothered you? Like, he's just stressed right now. Or, she didn't mean it like that. Or, once things settle down, it'll be different. I think one of the sneakiest traps is falling in love with someone's potential instead of who they actually are right now. He could be amazing if he worked on his temper. She'd be perfect once she figures out what she wants. We start dating the future version of someone instead of the person actually standing in front of us. And look, people can grow. I believe that. But growth has to be something someone chooses for themselves. It can't be something we're quietly waiting on, hoping, managing. If you find yourself saying, once they change more than I love who they are today, that might be worth sitting with. Something I keep relearning, and I do mean relearning because apparently I need the reminder more than once, is to listen to actions instead of words. It's easy to be convinced by what someone says they want, how they say they feel, what they promise will be different. But the pattern of what someone actually does over time tells a much truer story. Words can be sincere in the moment and still not be reliable. Actions, especially repeated ones, are much harder to fake. This actually shows up in my books a lot too. My characters almost always have to learn this lesson before they get their happy ending. In my book, A Jamaican Dream, Jessie, oh my gosh, there were so many red flags in her relationships. Guys, you got to check that book out. Anyway, most of my characters, they meet someone who says all the right things, who has so much potential, who they really want to make work. And the turning point in the story is always the moment they finally listen to the pattern instead of the promise. I don't write that because it's a nice plot device. I write it because I think it's true. The happy ending usually comes after someone stopped ignoring what they already knew. If I'm being honest, there are a few flags I wish more of us, myself included, pay closer attention to. Not the dramatic ones we already know about, the quiet ones. How someone treats people who can't do anything for them. Whether they can sit with discomfort or disappear the moment things get hard. Whether I'm sorry is ever followed by anything actually changing. Those are the ones that are easy to miss because they don't always feel like red flags in the moment. They just feel like small things until they're not. So here's what I want to ask you, and I really mean this. What's a red flag you would never ignore again? Not to call anyone out, just because I think naming it out loud for ourselves is part of how we stop repeating the pattern. Drop it in the comments. I'll be reading and replying, and I think this could turn into a really powerful thread for all of us. And if you haven't already, go check out the top 5 signs your relationship is in trouble video. It pairs really well with this one. If this resonated, hit subscribe so you can catch the rest of the Love Lesson series next Wednesday. Until my next vlog, guys, be well and stay safe. Bye for now. Love you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Mwah.